You might be hearing ginger business for the first time, or maybe you have heard of ginger money. You knew how much ginger was sold last year. Many people, even maybe people who were close to you, made a lot of money from ginger business, and you heard of it, or you have read stories online. The datas are there. Once you Google, you will see a lot of information. People telling you, I made 10 million, I made 60 million, I made 100 million. Now, personally, this year, I took out time. I visited a few communities here in Nigeria that produce ginger as a way of life. Now, you and I know, or maybe you might be listening to this for the first time. Nigeria have one of the best ginger in the world. And currently, when you come to Nigeria, Kaduna State has the best ginger in the world. We are the third largest producers of ginger in the world. Now, there is one area we are lacking in. We are lacking in the area of value addition. Now, this is where my video is going to be based today. How can you, who does not have access to farmland, also make money from ginger business without the dirty labor? Now, dirty labor does not mean the work is bad. It simply means based on where you are, or let me say based on the current business you are doing, you don't have the luxury of time to plant the ginger yourself, nurture it yourself, harvest and sell before you make money. But there are other people who this is their way of life. Like I've said, we have some farmers in Kaduna State. If you go to Kachia local government, that is what they do. Those one, that is their business. So you who don't have money to go into primary production, I want to show you 3 key ways you can make big money from this ginger business, even far more than people who planted it, sadly, and it will help you. So if you are first here, I will advise to subscribe to this channel, and then you watch the video to the end so you can get the entire gist. The video is going to be very short but very educative and important for someone who wants to make money from ginger farming. Now, 3 ways in which you can make money from ginger farming. Before I give you these ways, I want to let you know that this is harvest season. We are into ginger harvest season currently. So if you're looking at, okay, can I plant ginger dry season? I have many people who reach out to me from the previous videos I've made about ginger, and they're asking me, can we plant ginger dry season? Yes, you can plant ginger dry season if you have access to at least enough water, which is the basic thing. You have access to enough water, you have access to other inputs, then you are good to go. You can plant ginger dry season. And you have to know that ginger takes about 8 months to harvest. So if you want to plant ginger now, it means you start counting. We are in November, right? So you start counting, maybe say December, then you count 8 months. That will be when you will harvest your ginger. So it means you have to be very patient, to take a lot of money, but the harvest and the profit you are going to make will also be big. So for people who have been asking me those questions, you can check some of the videos I've made on ginger. I've explained the kind of fertilizer you need, what you need to do before you plant your ginger. I've explained all of that. But this one is for business people. Many Nigerians, or let me say Africans, who are not in Nigeria but are looking for ways. How can we make money from this business? Now, here are the ways you can actually come here, tap into this business and make big money. So the first way you can make money from ginger business or ginger industry without doing the dirty work is by trading. Now, what do I mean by trading? I've made thousands of videos on trading of agro commodities. As simple as it is, or let me say, it simply means buy low, sell high. That is all you need to do to be able to make big money from ginger. Now, what is the meaning of buy high, sell, or let me say buy low, sell high? Now, when I went to Kaduna State and I visited some ginger farmers, I saw a lot of ginger. Like, it was not yet harvest season as at the time I was there. I think this is 1 or 2 months ago. It was not time for harvest. But when I went to the market, I saw a lot of ginger. I met a lot of farmers. We spoke and they told me we have hectares, hundreds and hundreds of hectares of this ginger. And they were happy to see me. They were just advising me, please sir, bring the market for us, bring buyers for us. We want to do business with you. Now that is to tell you that those farmers are not, sadly, they are not business people. That is how farming is being done in Africa. Farmers, or let me say those primary producers, they don't do the things that a businessman needs to do. Not like they are evil people or what they are doing is bad, but they don't concentrate more on marketing. They have mastered the aspect of producing. So when they produce, they are looking for who to come and buy. And that is where I want you to come in. Now, not because ginger is wasting in those villages, but many times farmers need urgent money. So for example, a farmer who has 5 kids and they are all in maybe higher institution, they need money to pay their school fees. That farmer needs 1 million urgent, and he has ginger that can give him that money. He's willing to liquidate the ginger right now to get that money. And because he need money urgent, he might also need people to be there to buy. So what do? They harvest the ginger, bring it to the market. So in those markets, when I went there, you see people from different parts of Africa. Now the Chinese people were even more there than Nigerians. They have their houses there, their warehouse there. They are staying there because of the ginger. So when those farmers need urgent money, I think they were referring me to one Chinese guy. He influenced the prices of ginger in that community. So what he does is that he has a liquid, the cash. So if you need urgent 10 million, you can just harvest your ginger and go and give him, he'll pay. So when he sees that okay, ginger is not plenty, he can just increase the price. For maybe smaller traders like me, I will not be able to compete with him. So he will offtake the market. Farmers will they will harvest and bring to his warehouse. I have one of the biggest warehouse in that community. So that is how ginger business is being done. So you from the other end, you can also trade ginger. Maybe you're from the eastern part of Nigeria. Fantastic. What are you expected to do? Go to Kaduna, buy your ginger from there and move it and resell. This one you're not doing anything. You're buying fresh ginger because this is harvest season. You take it to your state and you resell. We have other companies, maybe some companies are using it for biscuit production, they're using it for juice, so many, even home consumption. We have hotels, restaurants, people who are into maybe kunu, one of the drinks that we use here in Nigeria, or people who are into their various forms. People use ginger. Now, let me give you the current price. As at the time I was there, a bag of ginger was selling for 150,000, 150 to 155,000 actually, depending on the kind of seed and also the bag. Now, the same bag that was selling for 155 or say 150 on average is not 50,000 in Port Harcourt. That same bag is not 50,000 in Lagos. That same bag is not 50,000 in Benue State. That same bag is not 50,000 in Kano. Now you can see that within Nigeria alone, if you take one bag of ginger, fresh ginger in Kaduna State, and move it to Onitsha, you make profit instantly. This one you're not going to buy, keep it, and then wait before you sell. No, as you're moving it from that market to the next market, you're making money. So that is another way you can make money from ginger business. So if you're watching this video, you don't have the money to, or you don't have the land to go and plant your own ginger by yourself, why not start trading? Even if you have the land, because maybe you have watched my video and you're looking at, okay, I want to go into this business full time in 2026. Start by trading ginger 2025 so you can understand the business. You can buy one bag and maybe share it into one penta, one mudu, and sell. That is if you want to do retail. Then you have an idea of how this ginger business work. Or maybe if you can get wholesale off takers, you bring it maybe one truck or half truck, you distribute to them. Those women that buy one bag to sample in retail. They are your target market. You can bring maybe half truck, or even if it's 50 bag or 20 bags, resell to them and make your money. So it's a big business if you ask me. So trading of ginger is another way you can make money from ginger business without planting ginger yourself. And like I've said, I say based on the current market price in Kaduna State, a bag is going for around 150,000 to 155,000, depending on the quality of the ginger itself and also the bag size. Right now, another way you can make money from ginger farming is by processing. Now, processing of ginger is one way that many farmers in Nigeria cannot do. Now, remember, like I said, when you look at the product and say, oh, a ton of ginger is selling for 14 million, so maybe you think those farmers in the village are making 14 million. No, those ones cannot make 14 million. Now, many of them don't even have ginger up to 1 hectare or 3 hectares. The thing is, we gather from a lot of farmers to be able to get one truck. It's hard for you to meet one single rural farmer to supply 10 tons to you. The kind of farmers that supply 10 tons, they are commercial farmers. We have farmers that are just doing it as on a subsistence basis, and those that are doing it commercially. So those ones, like I was there, they were showing me one of the farm, and I think the guy was telling me that it's owned by one of the House of Rep member. It was hectares, hundreds of hectares. You can't even see where the farm ends. So those ones, they can give you one truck. But majority of the farmers within that community, maybe highest that one can give you 10 bags or 5 bags or 2 bags. That is all for that season. Now, you who don't have access to that farmland, what you can do is that you can buy that ginger, the fresh ginger from them. Remember I said the first one is you're buying the fresh one and reselling immediately in that fund. But this one here, you're processing. Now, the processing have 2 ways. The first way is by doing what? Drying. You split it, buy the ginger, you split it, clean the soil away, and dry it and package in export bags. Now, when it comes to dried ginger, it's majorly for export market. This does not mean within Nigeria we don't consume the dried ginger. No, we do. But I will not advise you to be going into it on a commercial base and then be looking at selling within Nigeria. No, you should be looking at exportation. Be looking at how you can export your ginger and make big money. I think I will make a separate video on how you can start that journey. It's a very long journey that is profitable. So I'll make a video on how you can actually start your export journey, particularly for ginger, right? So, but this one here, when you're buying this fresh ginger and you're splitting it, I'm saying your first target should be export market. You can also sell within Nigeria, because if you go to our market, you see it's even an assignment that you can do. As you're watching this video now, you can go to your market and check how much is a mudu of dried ginger, 1 penta of dried ginger within your community. There are many people that can't even afford it, but you can do that research to know what I'm trying to say here. A ton of fresh ginger now is 16 million naira. Like export standard is 16 million, and the least you might even get is 14 million naira, depending on the quality anyway. But it's that expensive. And within our local market, in our local market, they sell based on maybe a bag or mudu or rubber penta, derica, depending on the measurement and the region. But it's also big money. So my advice for you would be that buy this fresh ginger. Don't be in haste to sell. Process it. And how you can process it is that you employ all those your women. They will slice the ginger and dry it, clean it up and dry it. So your job will be that when the ginger is being dried, you package in the bags and keep it in a good warehouse where the ginger will not lose its crunchiness or dryness. Ginger can stay there for like 12 months. There are farmers who keep their ginger for more than 2 years, and it will still be good. When I went there, I visited some warehouses, a lot of warehouses. Some of them are still empty or they have other commodities, but they do it mainly for ginger. And when it's season, I will still visit some of the communities and I will still bring you some of the videos so you can also learn. But that is a very potent way that you can also make money from ginger business. Buy the fresh ginger, slice it, dry it, and package. Now, because this is harvest season, you get it cheap. That same bag of ginger that you're buying for 150 yen, I think last year it was sold for almost 400,000 naira, even 600,000 of fresh ginger. One bag was sold. So you can see that now we are just entering harvest. So many people will have the price will be 150, but the price will not be 150 long. Maybe by the time you're watching this video, the bag is 400,000. Who knows? So you can buy the ginger, fresh one, slice, sun dry, package for your export market. Of course, we have machines. You can use dehydrators. You can use many other, maybe some solar dryers to dry your ginger so that it can also come out good. Another value addition that you can do with ginger is process the dried one to powder. So let's assume you from the other end, you're coming as from the spices angle, you want to be processing powdered ginger. This one you don't need to go and buy fresh one, slice it, dry it, and then grind. No, my advice for you will be that go to Kaduna, order the dried one, clean one, so that when you take to your factory, your job is to grind it into powdered form, then package. So you need to invest your money in quality packaging material. I've been shouting this for a long time. Many of you who watch my videos, you will know I've been saying it that the best way for you to make money in agriculture, or let me say in value addition, is that your packaging has to be top notch. If you package your product well, you make big money. If you don't package it well, many people will underestimate and your product will not be able to reach the international market. My boss always say this, that hunger is local but food is global. So you might think Nigeria too, we lack ginger, we don't have. No, that is not the goal. The goal is that you're in business to make money. So if Ghanaians are the one who are going to pay me better money for my ginger, I will sell ginger to them. If people from South Africa are going to pay me more money for ginger, I will sell to them. That is how business is. We also import other commodities from countries that people there don't have food. For example, we import rice from India. Does it mean that everybody in India have rice? No. But those people in India sell to people that will pay them money for it. So you should be looking at, okay, I want to be processing ginger into powdered form, to be selling to restaurants, sell to homes, sell to Nigerians in the diaspora, sell to pharmaceutical companies. How am I going to do this business? Okay, I need to buy a grinding machine. You get your machine. Okay, I need good packaging materials. You get your good packaging materials. You move this ginger from a very good source, which I will always recommend Kaduna State. And if you cannot go there and you need and you trust me, fine, I will supply to you. If you don't trust me, fantastic, I can always refer you there. Maybe I can even give you contact of some people there who will take you to the market. You go there yourself and buy. So the market is very big. So like I said, you process it either into just buying the fresh one and drying so you can sell the dried one, or buying the already dried ones and processing it to powder so you can sell as powdered ginger. Now, another way and the third way you can make money from ginger market or ginger industry without getting your hands dirty is by storage. Like I'm saying, we are just entering harvest season now. So you from the other end who doesn't stay in a community that produce ginger, or even in a community that produce ginger, you have take and put it in your warehouse. This is what the Chinese do. They are there, the Indians, people from Pakistan, they are there. They buy this ginger, load it in their warehouse, and they are exporting it. So many farmers don't have the capacity to hold this product and say, okay, let me wait until post harvest, maybe 3 months after harvest, then I resell. They don't have that capacity. Once they need money urgent, they will sell. They need money for hospital bill, they need money for school fees, they need to pay their house rent, they need money to buy other farm inputs. They can't keep it. They will resell even at a cheaper rate. So you who doesn't have that access, your job is to offtake and store. Offtake the fresh ginger or the dried ginger and store. People store fresh ginger, you just have to learn it. Though I will not recommend that for you as a beginner, but people store fresh ginger. So your own, if you want to go into storage of ginger, your goal is to store dried ginger. You can be in the east, you can be from south, anywhere. You can always buy ginger and store. And it's one commodity that I will advise everyone to buy for storage purpose. Not plenty, because this one we export it. We don't import ginger into Nigeria. No, we export. I think last year we had instances where ginger came from Cameroon into Nigeria, and it was a kind of try to fight our prices. But many people who knew that, they saw that the ginger that was coming from Cameroon was not as pungent as the ginger that was produced in Nigeria. This is not to say the ginger in Cameroon is bad for my Cameroonian people. No, I'm just saying that the soil and the kind of quality of ginger that we have in southern Kaduna, you cannot have it in anywhere. So if you are looking at storage of ginger, you buy your ginger from Kaduna State, dried one, keep it in your warehouse. You can buy 10 bags, you can buy 50 bags, you can buy 100 bags and store and wait and see. You will definitely make profit from ginger. I think I'm going to make a very detailed video on storage of ginger, how to go about it, so you can know. But in this video, I believe I've been able to give you 3 ways you can make money from ginger industry without getting your hands dirty. And let me run through these 3 points again. The number 1 point, I said you can start trading of ginger right now. This one you don't have to wait. Buy from a producing community, take it to a community that don't produce but have demand for, sell and make your money. The next one is processing. You buy fresh ginger, you slice it, you dry and you resell, or you buy the dried one, process to powder, or even the fresh one and process to sauce and resell. And then another way you can make money from it is by storage business. This one is you buy it, you keep for future purpose, keep for like 3 months, 4 months or 6 months or even 1 year and resell and make your money. Now I want to also give us a rundown. I think I have my note here where I was able to do a little calculation for us to see. Now, for someone who wants to buy fresh ginger and then dry it and resell, what is the percentage of the fresh ginger to the dried one? So let me keep it this way now. So if you buy 4 bags of fresh ginger and you slice and you dry it to export standard, how many bags are you going to get? I believe that is what you want to hear, right? So let's do the math. If you buy 4 bags of fresh ginger and you slice and dry, you're going to have 1 bag of dried ginger. That is 4:1. If you buy 4 bags of fresh ginger, you slice it, clean it up, remove all the dirty and you dry, you're going to have how much? 1 bag of fresh ginger. Now look at it this way. Ginger and its capacity is mainly on the moisture content of that ginger. So as at the time of making this video, we are reaching harvest season, which is obviously November ending to December. So by December, the moisture content have dropped greater. So what that means is that if you buy ginger now, 4 bags of fresh will give you 1 bag of dried. But if you buy, say around December season, 3 bags will give you 1 bag of dried. So it's a kind of moisture content, how high it has moisture. Like currently, the moisture content is higher. Now this is does not mean you shouldn't buy, but I'm just saying this is what you need to calculate. So let's do the calculation now. You're buying a fresh ginger for say 150,000 by 4. That is 600,000. 600,000, and you slice it and dry it, then it will now give you what? One bag. So how much is one bag of dried ginger? As the time of making this video, or let me say the last time I went to Kaduna, a bag of dried ginger was around 450, 500,000 dried one. That was how much they were selling. So you will now see that if it is that, it means you're having a loss. No, you're not, because you're not selling immediately. If you sell immediately, yes, you have. So it means that if your goal is to buy ginger, slice it and dry, then I will advise you to do that by December. December is the season. As at that time, the moisture content have reduced, so you just need maybe 2 bags or 3 bags. We give you 1 bag of dry ginger. As at that time, if you do that, you make more money. You will make more money. So if you want to buy fresh ginger to slice and dry and resell, you can do it now, but the best way is, let's say this month should be towards ending, then December. Of course, the price of the fresh one might not remain at 150, but you make money from it. So if you have gotten value from this video, thank you. You can subscribe, and maybe if you have questions that you want to ask me concerning this ginger, or maybe you want to buy, or you want me to connect you with farmers that produce this ginger, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. I will do that connection for you, or do that supply for you. So thank you for watching. If you have gotten value, subscribe to this channel, share this video, and stay connected for more tips on how to make money from agriculture without stress. I remain Denison, your billionaire farmer.